What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the crypto vet. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm glad to be back. I'm starting to feel better. My knee's not hurting as much and I'm able to sit here a lot more comfortably. So thank you guys for all the concerns. Today we're going to be going into what to expect this weekend with Bitcoin. We're at a very, very crucial spot and I'm going to go over both the bullish and bearish scenario as well as Ethereum, XRP, and as requested, we're going to go into Cardano for just a tad. So if you like that, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm truly humbled and I appreciate everybody's support. We're so close to 1,000 subs, so thank you guys so much, and we'll only get bigger from here, and hopefully we can spread more crypto content from here on out. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian. Links for Discord, Twitch, all the goodies down below. For everyone who does like the Twitch a little bit more, the video games, just talking about different cryptos and stuff, feel free to join me, Sapphire, Problematic Live, two of my really close friends from South Africa. And we do stream live, and we also have Zaf and Problematic created the OMG Tap Lounge. Super, super cool thing for everybody to get together and, chat about just whatever, anything that's going on in your life, whatever the case may be. So thank you guys. Thank these two awesome gents here. But let's go ahead and get into that crypto content because that's what you guys want. So starting here on CoinMarketCap, we can see Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, everything. Little mix of red and green. Bitcoin still struggling to get above the previous all-time high. If we go to the biggest gainers here, we've got some big things moving, some cryptos that I haven't heard about, but I'll definitely be looking into today. Some of them up 300, 200, 100%. We knew about the Polygon, but so lots of things moving. One of my favorite ones, Engine Coin, that I bought below a dime, is up to $2 here. Look at these gains. Oh, and then also VeChain testing that 7-cent mark. As far as the biggest losers, we got Graph coming down from $2 and Elron going down a little bit, but I feel like a lot of these are just in their little correction phase, consolidation phases, and again, we'll see their time to shine. As far as some news today, the CFTC is apparently investigating Binance as far as derivative exchanges and their use in the US. CZ is saying that this is mostly FUD, or fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and nothing to actually worry about. So I'll definitely be keeping track of this, and if I see anything, I will post it on the Discord or talk about it over on Twitch. But technically for Binance US, you shouldn't be able to do any of these things, a lot of the things that they're accusing of, but a lot of us, of course, use a VPN and trade accordingly. I personally don't use Binance except to buy some coins that I cannot get at other platforms, but I do not use their derivatives trading or any of that stuff just because it's kind of complex. It's expensive to use their leverage, and I'm on personally just not the biggest fan, but I know a lot of people who use bots and things like that really do like Binance. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that. So heading into the Bitcoin charts, I do have the Brave New Coin Index up right now on the daily. Reason I'm bringing this up again, if you saw my tweet from a couple days ago, you've been following the channel. Every time that we've had stimulus signed into law, we've had a couple days of correction or at least sideways consolidation. Then the price is just no, just move the fuck up. Like nothing you could do about it, just fucking goes up, right? First time back after the Black Swan event, now back in December, and then here we are as far as March 11th, since Biden did actually sign it yesterday, a day after it passed in the House. The plan was to sign it today. He did it early after getting a bunch of, criticism for not doing it ASAP. But I bring this up again because here we had 2 or 3 days, we started to go up. When we started to form this double top right here, this is when we got the news from Tesla. We shot up. If we come back to over here where let me zoom in just a tad. This is where we were right before our previous top was around 19,000. We came up, and then once we broke through, we came up. Then stimulus news started it off. So the question is, what's going to happen now? Right now, we are exactly right below our previous all-time high of around 58,005-ish, maybe 58.2, somewhere around there. And question is, are we going to go up? Well, we're coming into a Friday, so breakouts on the weekend can set the course, but they're usually not as big or as powerful. So my best bet is that we actually just kind of creep up above it just a tad, consolidate above it, and then Monday or Tuesday we actually shoot past it and then start a very, very bullish week for crypto, especially for Bitcoin. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But let's go ahead and zoom in. So as I was saying before, our previous all-time high back here when we were at 19,000. We consolidated for about 10 days, and we actually dropped 10% after forming technically a double top from way back in 2017 to right now. We formed a double top, kind of formed this like M pattern. It looked bad, and then all of a sudden we started to come up. This is about a 10 to 11% correction from that 20,000 before we actually set the course to move on up. All right, if we go into the rally that we had before where we set our high at around 42,000, came down, started to come up. As we got close to here, it looked like, again, we were forming another double top, which is a bearish pattern, and that we would come to the downside. Bitcoin corrected down for about a day and a half. Almost 2 days, we came down about 8.5%. Then we got Tesla's news, and we shot up. Now the question is, would we have corrected a little further down before going up, making like a little cup and handle here, or would we have actually done the same thing regardless of Tesla's news of buying Bitcoin? Well, now here we are. Formed our new high, started to form this little potential cup and handle here, which we talked about on the channel, and now we are starting to potentially come down. We've come down at least 6.5% since forming our not higher high. Just like right here, we didn't form a higher high, we got really close. Just like right here, we got close but not quite a higher high. It did on some exchanges actually get above the previous high, but on Bitstamp here it was not quite there. So kind of mixed signals, but in the end, every time we've gotten close to forming a double top, it looks like we're going to go over. We come down. So the question is, are we going to come down another 4 or 5%, around 52, 53,000? Very, very possible. I do think with the new stimulus that next week we will see a very good week, and it could happen at any point. It could happen today, tomorrow, Sunday. But zooming in now, we have all of the patterns that we've been following, that we've been making awesome ass trades. Congrats to everybody making money out there. I'm so happy to hear it. Right now, we are trying to get above this descending line of resistance, and we are currently above it, but we were above it for several hours. We need to stay above it, and technically need to get back above this high of 58.1 that we set, which was a little bit lower than the high we need to get at about 58.4, 58.5. So what I would like to see is, if we don't set a higher high, a new high, to me it's bearish because we're setting a lower high and we are still in a consolidation pattern. We do have what looks like could be W's here, but again, it could also be M patterns forming at the same time. The nice thing is that we are setting higher lows as we go up. So if we kind of zoom in here, these are on the hourly, this is on the 4 hourly, we can see that we are continually going up. Once we break this uptrend of support, I think we're switching to the bearish scenario. But if we switch to the bearish scenario, we still can come down to around 51, 52,000, to where we are still in a bullish scenario because we are below, or we are above these previous lows. So over the weekend, what I'd like to see is us reset all these oscillators, stay somewhere above 52, 53,000, preferably stay above 53,000, and then build up momentum to kind of break through here next week. So if we set a new high, that's a new time to buy. If we start to come down, just sit back and wait. I wouldn't recommend selling your Bitcoin, because if you sell, you may not get that buy, the limit buy that you're looking for at a lower price, and you might just end up having to pay for it at a higher price, right? So I think right now is definitely a time to just sit on it and dollar cost average if it does go down, as I do have a good feeling that we are going to go up in the next week. It's just, we got to wait for the market to figure this out on its own. So for right now, we're just going to be sitting back watching and seeing what happens. Now, if we head over to Ethereum, Ethereum is in this same boat. It is still in this descending channel. It's tried to get above it before, until we get to around, I would say at least 1875, somewhere close to setting a new high in the short term, around 1890, that we are still in a bearish technicals in the short term. That doesn't mean that we can't go much lower. It definitely could, especially if Bitcoin decides to go lower. But personally for me, waiting on a long for Ethereum is until we set a new high in the short term, which is going to be somewhere around the 1880 up to around 1900. At that point, we'll have set a higher high in this short term, and then I would be looking for a possibility of trying to test for a new all-time high. But we're still waiting to see that. And you can see here on the short term that for Ethereum that we have been breaking out of some little patterns, hitting the targets, but overall have not broken out of a macro pattern. In this case, macro pattern being 4 hourly, yet alone daily or weekly. So definitely keep an eye on that. For XRP, we are above this descending or this symmetrical triangle. We did confirm right down here at 42 cents that this trend line here was previously resistance, is now support. Problem is we're still underneath this daily exponential moving average. So I would like for us to get at least above 47 cents, 46.78, get back above the daily. But when XRP gets back above the daily, I would expect some explosive movement. You can see here when we got above it, explosive movement. When we got above it, explosive movement. But every time we were sold back down. It's only a matter of time that once we get back above this daily exponential moving average, we're going to see that explosive move to the upside. And if you're not ready for it, you're going to miss it. So right now, the SEC is just going after Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson like a motherfucker. They are out for blood, but they're kind of digging themselves into a deeper hole with a lot of the information that they are bringing up. If you haven't already, check out attorney Jeremy Hogan on Legal Briefs. I think that's his name. Yeah, on Legal Briefs, he's putting out at least a video once a week or when new information comes out. Super intelligent guy. Definitely like him. So he has very, very good insights on the case. And I have been posting all of his videos in the Discord to keep everybody updated. So we'll just have to see where this goes from there. Again, still a possibility of being dismissed if Gary Gensler withdraws the case. But as of right now, they're pleased to dismiss some certain things were denied at this time. We'll just have to see where this goes. In the short term for XRP, we can see right here as we are in this, handle of the cup, potentially. We are coming down, bouncing up, getting above, getting rejected, coming down. So now right now, we're looking to see a break of this resistance in this descending channel on the handle of the cup and handle pattern. Until we see that, I'm very hesitant on doing any trades, just accumulating more. I did sell a little bit of my ETH again to buy some more XRP just because ETH is holding up better, and I think I can get a better return, ROI percentage return on the amount of ETH sold to the amount of gains I'd get if ETH was to set a new high based off XRP moving up just to 50 cents. So just dollar cost averaging at the moment, seeing where we can get. So let's go ahead and just do a quick thing on Cardano. If you're following Cardano in the Discord, we did do this head and shoulders pattern. We did get to our goal around here. We formed another one, got to our goal, and now we are forming a descending triangle. This is a bearish pattern, typically breaks to the downside, and we are currently underneath its 20 daily exponential moving average. So if we were to break to the downside, we could see Cardano as low as around 57, 60 cents, which would be a test of the weekly exponential moving average and, give everybody a chance to buy in at lower prices. If we were to say break this resistance of the triangle, there's a good chance that we could break to the upside, which would give us another test of the all-time high, maybe give us slightly higher all-time high. So I would definitely be watching this closely here. If we break below this support on the bottom, I would say that there's a good chance that we could go down. But remember, this support is actually right at the golden pocket, as well as lots and lots of volume was purchased in this area. So we could see a little bit of a bear trap and then break to the upside and go shooting up. Again, I think it's going to depend a lot on what happens with Bitcoin. But as of right now, I would say dollar cost average into Cardano. I know I say that a lot, but in the end, you just buy a little bit more as it goes down. Eventually, it will be higher than what you purchased in as an average price. Then you can start taking profit. It's simple and easy. Time will always make you profitable. And this is not financial advice. I am a doctor/idiot. So, take it as a grain of salt. I still have my Cardano that I purchased way back down here at less than 10 cents. And I'm just going to sit on it for the long term. I have no intentions of selling it anytime soon. Potentially just add some more, especially if we got back down to like 56 cents. I may buy a couple $100 more just to add to the pool, right? But that's going to do it for today's video. I will be streaming live on Twitch right after this. So I hope this answered a lot of your questions, and I will catch you guys in the next one.